So why did you decide to choose Macomb?
Having kind of key goals in life.
Yeah, I know how to win rapport quickly.
So today we're back with another episode of Beyond the Sale. We're here with Chantelle, our leasing manager, and Priya, one of our leasing consultants. So today we're going to be talking about your amazing success since you've obviously joined the company and what it's taken you to get where you are today. So if you can just start off and just give us a little bit of background information about you and your move to Dubai.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so I started with a law degree when I was younger. I went into education and I pursued that because I was young and I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
My father is a lawyer in England and I thought he could help me. So it was an easy option. When you're younger, I didn't know what path to take, whether to continue studying or to go straight into work. So I completed my law degree. But after that, I took a full-time job at Birmingham Airport as a sales consultant, selling foreign exchange currency from all around the world. And that was quite successful. I started getting recognised straight away. I was cross-selling products, upselling. My KPI figures were, I was exceeding them tremendously.
Yeah.
And that's when I knew my strengths are in sales.
Yeah.
And I was enjoying the recognition. The money wasn't so great at the airport. It was just a starting salary, I think, for people when they come out of education. So I needed to get something with higher salary. Then I moved on to bigger companies such as BT, Virgin Media, and I was in getting the recognition, the success, and it was all sales orientated. So I knew my strengths were in sales.
Amazing. So why did you decide to come to Dubai and sort of choose real estate? What was it that made you realise you wanted to come out here?
Yeah, sure. My law degree, I specialise in property law. And so I got a really interest in property law. I own property myself in the UK, which I've rented out. I did buy them as an investment. Yeah. And I'm seeing a good rate of investment come back. But it's not as good as if I invested in Dubai. Yeah. Because the rate of investment, it's a big difference. Because my properties are in mainland in England, which is in Birmingham. Yeah. So the rate of investment is not so as good as it would be probably in London. Yeah. But then London properties are expensive. So and then I thought I've got strengths in sales. I enjoy real estate, and Dubai real estate is booming at the moment. Yeah. So I thought I'm gonna give it a shot. Come out here and see how it goes. Yes.
It's like a lot of people, isn't it? A lot of people, you just have to take the jump and just see how it goes.
Absolutely, yes.
So why did you decide to choose Macomb? What was it that kind of you thought, this is the company for me? Because there's so many different real estate companies out here and that's not a secret, is it?
No, it isn't. No. I applied through a recruitment company back in England.
Okay.
So I just went onto Google, typed in jobs in Dubai real estate, and they contacted me back. And then they taught me through the companies that they work with, which is high reputable companies such as Macomb's and others. And they then got me an interview. My first interview was with Macomb Properties. Yeah. And it was just from the moment, my first interaction with Chantelle on the interview, which she won my heart over. She did.
Don't flatter her too much.
I had to get huge.
No, it was her personality that come across to me on the interview. It was a Zoom call.
Which is quite hard on a Zoom to get the feel of someone, especially in an interview situation, isn't it? It's kind of, you try to bounce off someone in an interview, but it's quite hard on a Zoom.
But she put so much effort into it. Like, she was even like with the laptop showing me the office, going around. And it was just like,
technology's not my forte.
No, but honestly, that day she made a real effort, and you could tell that. I could see that across on the Zoom call. Yeah. I mean, if somebody's making so much effort, just to have interaction with me and have an interest in me. Yeah. And you could tell she was very keen to learn more about me. That started to have a positive impact on me. And then the support that she told me that she would give me, she seemed like such a genuine person. It started to make me realise that this is a company that I want to work for. That will be there behind my back and support me all the way. And to tell you the truth, Jess, they have given me all the support that I need. And I'm so glad that I've picked Macomb Properties.
Oh, that is lovely to know that it's kind of exactly the same as how you expected it to be. And
yeah, she's genuine. I think the way she portrays herself across is who Chantelle is, and it's the person that I was dealing with at that time. So when I was researching companies, which company to pick, I was watching like YouTube videos, and I was seeing all these companies giving their employees Rolexes and cars, and that didn't really come across genuine to me.
Yeah.
Are they professional?
Yeah.
Just giving your somebody who's done well just a Rolex or a car, it didn't seem quite safe.
Yeah.
And then speaking to Chantelle, she seemed very professional. They seemed like a company that care, family orientated.
Yeah.
Somebody who's really gonna be there for you through your bad and your good times.
Yeah.
So, and they seemed safe company to work for.
Yeah.
And I did speak to my father about it. Like, there's a company that's offering people Rolexes and cars. He goes, they don't really. You need to be careful of who you're working with out there.
And for you and knowing you, that's not. Yes, you work very hard on things, but that's not something that really appeals to you, particularly is it you're a lot more family orientated than interested in getting a flashy watch.
I think that's something the family orientated I picked up. So usually Shervin obviously does the first interview. And unfortunately he wasn't very well that day. So it was my first time as well doing a first interview. And obviously the way Sherv and I, we're very, very different people. And it works very well because we are so different. And, he looks for certain things in an interview and I look for different, kind of the opposite. So for me, I was thinking, hang on a minute, I've got to incorporate a little bit of Sherv, and I didn't know when he was coming back. I was thinking, okay, right. And, what struck me from the get-go was your kind of passion, your commitment, the drive. It was something that stood out beyond a mile for me. I loved how your kind of goals were all linked back to and very family orientated. It's something that's really, really important to me, as important as work is. I always say family comes first. You can work, of course we want as many lovely people here, but you can work, jobs are always going to be available, but, family sometimes, we can't guarantee it,
can't guarantee anything.
So that was something that really, really stood out for me. I remember so vividly coming off the Zoom call after I turned my laptop around showing you the office. And I remember hopping on a call straight to Shervin and the kind of our recruitment team. And I said, look, guys, got to offer her. And normally we wouldn't offer. It'd usually be 2 interviews at least until we kind of offer. Mm-hmm. And I said, no, we're not missing out on this opportunity. I know she's got interviews with other companies. Like, we'll be silly to lose a candidate like this. She'll be fantastic.
Yeah. Do you think that's something, the fact that you picked up on how family orientated she is, do you think that's why she was so successful in her interview?
I think there's a lot of different things, I don't think it's easy to kind of say, it was this one attribute. I think, you did have really like the whole package. For me, I saw a lot of like myself in you, like the way we think is very, very similar, in terms of drive, career focus, consistently wanting to get to the next level, kind of targets. Obviously you've alluded to the fact, previous jobs kind of exceeded targets. And you're doing pretty well so far. But yeah, I think the family element, I think it kind of gives you a real grounding as well. I think having kind of key goals in life. I remember you telling me about how you put your parents on like an upgraded flight, and sorry, mum and dad, I haven't done that yet, but time will come. But I just thought, it's all great and well and good having this drive, this passion, etc. But you see so often, and it is, people going, I want to do this because I want a Rolex, or I want to drive the newest Range Rover or whatever. And you know what? That's fantastic for some people. But I do think having a grounding in a family background, and, it's the support, it's the family, and it is so cliche, but this company is like it is like a family. We've had new guys kind of come in the last week.
And just slotted it in quite well.
One of them said to me, it's like, Chantelle, we were told on the interview, it's like a family. He's like, you're spot on. I was like, well, I'm not going to lie. I'm quite black and white. So yeah, and I think it was quite clear. We got on very well from kind of the get-go. I'm very black and white as well, especially on Zoom call. I can't hide anything in my face. Nothing at all. I think I need a few Botox here and there. A little touch up. But no, I knew from kind of, which is very, very unusual. You can interview people going, yeah, I think they'll be potentially good. And, different people work in different ways. But the fact that you kind of literally, she closed the deal before she even hit the sales floor. It was just before Eid. So we did 2 days of intense training. had the weekend, asked them to do kind of like presentations on the area. So obviously Priya had gone off to Dubai Hills.
Yes.
She met someone in the lobby of one of the apartment buildings. And I remember getting a call from you, I think on the Saturday, saying, Chantelle, I've already got an offer. And you'd already gone on Property Finder, found a property that would be like what they wanted. And I was like, holy shit, this woman's a joke. I was like, she hasn't even hit the sales floor. You know, like the training's only just kind of sinking in, you know. It takes ages. I didn't do my first deal when I first started out for 2.5, nearly 3 months. And, you know, obviously different people happen at different times, but I was like, wow, like this is one to watch. And I mean, you've quite clearly proven us right.
Oh,
Definitely. What challenges have you felt like you've had to overcome since coming out?
There's been many. There still is quite a few. But what I think is that everything in life that's worth having doesn't come easy.
Yeah.
So you have to be quite resilient.
Definitely,
so any knockback you take, you need to just stand back up. And with the support of people like Chantelle behind me, I have overcome many, and that's given me the courage to. Such as I had to fly back to the UK. I had an emergency. My father wasn't well, and I had to fly back within hours. So I had to run to the airport, get the next available flight back to the UK.
It gives me goosebumps. You're telling me about that. It's horrible.
Yeah, it was. It was quite. It's a really weird situation to be in. But I did have Chantelle on my side throughout. I mean, straight away, she started supporting me. She got a laptop out. She started looking for next flight to go back to the UK. Sat me in a room, calmed me down. And we found a plan for me to get to the airport and to get to the UK. So I was in the UK for 2 weeks. I was still trying to work while I was out there.
Yeah.
Because my father then started to recover. And then when I come back, everything just fell back into place. So that was one big challenge.
Yeah, definitely. Especially as it was kind of like the timing of it as well. Obviously, you can never get the timing right of anyone being sick, but it was, you just started to kind of like really get the ball rolling, hadn't you? And
still
really
closing deals in another continent.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, I think I built a network quite fast.
Yeah, definitely.
When I landed in Dubai, I didn't know anyone. I had no friends here, no family here. So I was by myself. I took on a challenge to come here.
Yeah.
And it was to make money. And that's exactly what I'm doing, is making money.
Yeah.
But then I have made new friends, which is Macomb Properties, everybody that works here.
Yeah.
Anybody who I want to speak to, I know I can speak to about anything. It's quite a comfortable environment to be in.
Yeah.
But now I've built a network really fast, whether that's in Macombs or outside Macombs. I think it's my people skills that I used with other agents in different companies. I have now built a network, but it happened really fast. I didn't expect it to happen.
You did build a network so quick.
Yes. So I know I can pick up a phone if I need stock in a different area. I know who to call. The people that will work with me really fast.
You've got the confidence to just pick up the phone from the get-go, which I think.
How did you build it so quickly?
Like Chantelle said, it's confidence.
Yeah.
I've had that in my previous job roles, even from my education days. I think the skills that I was taught.
Yeah.
And one of them is to be confident.
It's a real go-getter kind of attitude.
Yes.
You know what you want, and it's not going to be easy to get there, but you've got to, and it is. I remember the first time I had to pick up a phone in a work environment. I hate the landlines. It was when back in London I was working, and the phone came through, and I was like, oh my God, I got to pick it up and you're going to listen to my voice. And now, like, everyone's, we do have the music at a relative level, so you can hear conversations, but it is quite daunting, and it's stuff that you don't think about. But cold calling, calling client, calling anyone. You're on the phone a lot of the time, and it does take time to get used to. But Priya's like, no, it's fine. I'll just give him a call now. No problem at all.
I have got a lot of call center background. In my job, in my sales roles, it has been a lot on the phone.
Yeah.
So I think that's helped me quite a lot. Definitely, it has helped me.
You know how to then speak to someone and have a good, strong conversation with them.
Yeah, I know how to win rapport quickly.
Yeah.
And their trust and confidence. I think that's really important.
Yeah, you do. A lot of people trust you very, very early doors.
Touch wood. Yes, I do.
No, I think it's I'm not really into like the whole energy whatever. I know a lot of people, but it's like an energy you give off. I sound very like spiritual, and I'm just not that kind of person, but it is so true. You are the kind of person that people are like, oh no, no worry about Priya. You know, you're saying, you know, a lot of agents don't ask for A2A's, an agent to agent agreement when you're working with another agency, because they're like, no, I trust you, Priya. And it's like, well, that's fantastic, you know. And some people have that, some people don't. And you're clearly one that does.
Like a landlord now has just given me power of authority to collect his keys on a new property. So I think it's just the way I come across.
Yeah.
I come across helpful, that I do want to help, which will help myself eventually. So I give it all my 100%.
Yeah, and they obviously picking up on things like that.
Yes.
Do you think that's the main thing that's helped your success sort of rocket then as well?
The confidence.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
If you 100%, you have to have confidence.
Yeah.
And resilience. If you knock back, you need to get back up.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how many challenges you face. I know I've got a goal and I'll get there. Doesn't matter how long it takes me.
Yeah.
And how much energy it takes me. Don't get me wrong, it's not been an easy ride. People probably think it's an easy ride for me, but I have put in a lot of work, a lot of hours.
You're always here, right?
I don't think people see what goes on behind the scenes. You are, without a doubt, one of the hardest workers. You know, I think you were telling me a story the other day where you're staying at the moment, and a guy saw you in the Costa downstairs. It was on a Sunday evening.
Yes.
And he came back, it was like 10 o'clock or something, was like, Priya, you need to stop working kind of thing. You're like, nope. And I think you told me something, we were at Peter on the podcast, being like, no, like I've got a goal, you know.
Yes, he did say it was a Sunday night and, you know, you're still working away. But he doesn't know that I've got goals to achieve.
Yeah.
I've come to Dubai for a reason.
Yeah.
It's not to party, it's not to holiday. All that's going to come.
Yeah.
If I just continue what I'm doing now,
you can then enjoy it. And
I have an easy life later.
I think this month in particular is super exciting. You know, for the 3 full months you've been here, you know, you've exceeded every target that you've been given. You know, the first month you had COVID. The second month you had to go back to the UK. Last month your parents came out to visit you. Yes. So work-wise, whatever, well, you took a little bit of time off here and there. So this will be the first full month with like touching wood, no distractions, nothing. And it's like, hang on a minute, if you're able to achieve what you've achieved already with all this in the background,
what's going to happen there?
I'm so excited. You're going to be out of this team straight into sales quicker than you came in. You know, we're well on the way. I think 3 months and 23 deals, which is fantastic.
Thank you.
Really, really fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
No, that is amazing. So what do you think are your key skills that have helped you succeed?
Is resilience.
Yeah.
Is don't take knockback as a negative. You can learn from a lot of knockbacks. I've had deals that were going to fall through, but I've asked for help.
Yeah.
When I need help, I'll ask. I'm not afraid to ask.
Yeah.
No, never. I'm not afraid to ask for help.
You got night security at one of the buildings in Dubai, one of the newly handed over buildings. The tenant said, "Oh, I'm concerned there's no night security." What happened the next day? Night security's all good. Because Priya's called up the developer and said, "Please install." She knows where all the CCTV cameras are. You know, it's going above and beyond for these clients who are otherwise going to pull out.
Yeah.
And say, "No, absolutely not." But I mean, you're a real estate broker, not a security guard, and she's managed to pull all the strings. You got all the grass watered for them.
I did, yes. I did. I think if you want success, you have to work for it. It doesn't just come to your lap.
Yeah.
So I think it's my goals, my confidence, and my resilience.
Yeah.
And my positive attitude. You have to be positive.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think that's a major key thing in life. There's no point getting that hung up on things that have happened in the past. You just need to continue to work forward.
Not. Otherwise that conveys across to people.
Yeah.
So I'm always a happy-go-lucky person, and I think people like that here in Dubai.
Yeah.
Well, everybody's happy in Dubai.
You're you are a glass half full kind of person. No, everyone, when you came back, it was so sweet. Everyone was so excited when you came back as well. We didn't know how long you were going to go for. I don't know, although she did bring biscuits in from M&S, so there could have been the excitement
All the Brits were like, those double chocolate coated ones.
Oh, they were delicious. They didn't last more than an hour. I don't think.
They were tasty. Big fan of biscuits, yes.
So I know we've briefly touched on obviously your main motivations being sort of family.
Yes.
But what other motivations have you got and sort of your future goals?
Yep, it's financial. I want financial freedom in life.
Yeah.
And I think that this job can give it to me. I want to be at a place where in life where I don't need to worry about how I'm going to pay my bills.
Yeah.
And how am I going to pay for my shopping and my food?
Yeah.
And we live in a society where we need to work to eat.
Yeah.
So that's kind of gets me sometimes.
Yeah.
So I want to be at a level where I haven't got to worry about that.
Yeah.
And I just want an easy life for my parents.
Yeah.
And anyone else that's in my vicinity who I care for. I want to do as much as I can.
That's lovely.
I mean, I'm not getting any younger. So whatever I can do for people that I love and care, I will. I've got a big heart. I'm caring. So it's not just about me. It's about people who I care and love.
And creating a nice life.
I want to give them the best life that I can.
Yeah.
And it's not about being male or female orientated. Girls can just as well go as far, even further than a man can ever make in his whole life.
They can't grow a child.
So I've got some goals to do and I'm ready to make them.
No, that's amazing. I think you're definitely gonna smash it up.
100%.
Especially if it's been this successful so far. And how long? 4 months?
Yeah,
3, 4 months. Yeah.
But Jess, I think success comes with a support behind you.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to lie, if it wasn't for Chantelle, and I'm not just saying it because she's sitting here, I actually do mean it.
Right, I did pay her quite a lot to say this.
And it's Chantelle's birthday tomorrow.
No, Thursday.
Thursday,
yes,
sorry.
I'm going for drinks, so I can't wait. If it wasn't for Chantelle's support, she's like been a lifeline support machine.
Oh.
I can pick up the phone and call her anytime.
Yeah.
If it's at night, Saturday early morning, Sunday. We don't work on the weekends. Well, I do. Some agents do, some agents don't. But I do. I know that I can just pick up the phone and she'll be like, oh, how can I help? Oh, I'll just randomly ask the question and put the phone down, get the answer. But it's her willingness to help. Yeah. So
that really makes a difference.
Yes.
Yeah, I think, you know what, for me, no matter like what industry, I was an accountant back home. I've worked in other brokerages out here and I've had, you know, more so in other circumstances, you know, you see different types of management and you see, you know, the whole array of how people do it. And what I'm really, really big on is, you know, I might not always be right, may not always be the right decision, but I want the whole team to know that, you know what, no matter how badly they mess up, that I'll always have their back. I'll always be there to support them. They know that I like my sleep, and especially on a Sunday morning, call me 3 times to get through my do not disturb. Everyone knows that. But I want to be able to offer people the support that if I was back in their position starting out again, that I would want again, to have that support, you know, and whether it be, and what I love, you know, a lot of people say don't mix work and pleasure. And I used to be really, really big on that, being like, no, you know, keep her friends outside. And, you know, through life, like I've got very, very few friends that I had, you know, in my first job. And I think, you know, being in Dubai, being in real estate, you know, it's commission only, you know, you're far away from your family. Most of us don't have family out here. We don't have anyone, you know, we've left all our friends, our whole comfort zone behind. And, you know, I very much see this company. I want to help people as much as possible. You know, there are times where, you know, maybe you just need a rant, you know, and I think as Priya said, you know, Priya's a very, very positive person. You know, Priya's always acts as if she's had 12 hours sleep, 7 cups of coffee, just high on life. And I think it's such a great attitude to have. But, you know, I just want everyone to kind of, you know, in my team to be, you know, if they are having a bit of a bad day, you know what, let's go outside, let's go to a meeting room, come have a shout at me. Let's get it out your system, let's get back in, let's get on kind of thing. You know, I don't want to have any, and I think what I love about this company is we don't do, of course, there's the odd disagreement here and there, you know, it's natural. But what I love is that everyone does have each other's back. And I think that's something that's so important. I think that's, for me, the support is a real USP. But the same goes, up the company. I have the full support of, Sam, Austin, Yasir. And I think it then just kind of filters through the company, which I think is just so important. It is, something that is so special about this company. That is the way we work. And I think it's the way that the people we've got is the way that we get the best out of them.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for both of you coming on today and having a chat with you. And well done again, Priya, for all of your success.
Thank you very much.
All of us can't wait to see see what you've got in store for us.
Very exciting.
That's great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jess. Thanks.